Welcome back to another video. Today I'm reacting to Normie's Secret Shame, American Wizard lore breakdown from Madman Fenrir. About time we got a lore breakdown of Normie or Tholdrin. Oh god, I don't know how to fucking say that. Oh my god, what the fuck? Alright, let's get on to it.
This
Ow! What?
is
Normie?
Tholdrin, and today we're going to explore his backstory and the magic system of his realm.
I'm sorry, who are you?
I'm the logical one in the writing room.
Makes sense. Because Fenrir is too crazy for his lore
Writing
breakdowns.
what?
I'm also the composer of the show.
How did you get it?
No backsass.
So without further ado, let's give a non-spoiler explanation to how the America Wizard magic system works and some background lore on everybody's favorite normie wizard, Tholdrin. Also,
Is that how it's, are you supposed to specify the Thor part or something or what?
door is going to be
or
open
not?
for this recording because I have to make sure this one has the ability to free roam.
Cute dog.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
Normie grew up in a small town in a small dukedom in the southwest section of the continent. There's nothing really special about this place. It rarely ever sees crime, if not conflict at all. It's
So it's a peaceful town. I want in.
so far away from any extreme monster zones, there's rarely any high-level beasts or magical creatures entering it. Normie was born to
Wow.
a two-parent household with 2 siblings, and his life was normal. Around his
That is just shit anticlimactic because people call him Normie and his life is normal. Well, before meeting American Wizard or Jason.
teenage years, Normie would discover he has an affinity for magic and would want to pursue it even further, even going as far as to start writing his own grimoire. Or in this case,
Damn.
spellbook. Normie would
Oh.
also find common interests with his friends
But he wrote his own grimoire. Damn, that's that's a high as achievement.
in this small town of how they also were seeking to do bigger and better things and leave the small town. The adventurers, they wanted to be adventurers. And yes,
Okay.
these aforementioned friends that I'm bringing up are the same friends that were killed at the hands of the Feywilds in
Oh, damn.
Normie's backstory. We'll get into that
Damn.
more a bit later. First, we
Alright
need to give
then.
a brief explanation to how the magic system works in this world. To summarize it without spoilers, all magic in the fantasy realm is reliant on mana. Mana is literally inside
Of course, the basic shit. Almost every fucking fictional or magic system based show or anime ever. The main power source is always fucking mana.
of everything: the trees, the wildlife, the water, the
Yep.
air, and the
Yep.
people. If you were
Yep.
born in this world, it means you are potent to mana because there is mana within you. And wizards,
Mana is everywhere.
witches, mages, sorcerers, whatever culture of spellcaster you have, they all work their asses off to develop the skill to use mana to cast magic. Let's take Normie casting Fireball as an example here. The foundation for any magic in the fantasy realm to be used comes down to 2 key points. One is the understanding of how mana flows through the environment and through oneself. Once you got that foundation down, it then comes to the second part, which is putting it into practice. Some of the more eagle-eyed of you may have noticed that a lot of the times in Season 1, whenever Normie casts magic, he is almost always using some kind of hand gesture or movement of some.
I always hated those kinds of moves because that is just straight up unnecessary. You could just do this and just say a fireball or some shit or any kind of fucking spell. Why have to do these stupid hand signs or some shit?
Kind. This isn't some weird wizard yoga, this is literally how Normie has to cast a spell. You may have noticed this in episode 100, when he actually generates the fireball that kills the Fae. He rips his hand back in probably what is one of my favorite shots in the whole show. And with that
That was straight up fucking cool and kind of unnecessary at the same time too.
whip back of his hand, he was able to basically take all the heat he had just generated in
This is good. This is a skill Normie developed himself to use existing fire to hero and hero on top of mana to overcharge a fireball. Oh,
the
damn.
room and concentrate it into a ball on his hand. Because of how tedious and long the practice of magic is, Normie does not have as many spells as you think.
What is this
for again?
Budget Man and the German are mad at me for a lack of data. Just cast spells.
Okay, sure. I guess we'll start with the basics then. This is just called Spark. It's a basic survival spell. I use this one a lot. It's called Thunder. Yeah, it's basically a wind spell.
Well, why not just call it wind push or something?
Then why is it called Thunder?
Because it makes a loud noise, like thunder. I also have this magical barrier spell. Yeah, it's a barrier. It'll block any low-level magic attacks and a lot of physical attacks.
Okay, but can it stop bullets?
No.
I've never been shot at with a gun before, so I doubt it.
What if I aim for the knees?
I mean, I'll just move it down here.
Okay, what about your head?
Or up here.
Now your torso.
You know, you're being a real asshole about this.
Yes,
this
he
is
is.
called Circle of Protection. It'll basically set anything that crosses it on fire.
What is this for?
I use it to defend myself so people can't get up close and punch me.
What's to stop me throwing a brick at you?
Well, it would burn most objects that get shot at me.
Oh, cool. So now the brick is on fire.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm feeling kind of sick. Can we stop now?
Well, hang on. What about that finger gun thing?
I don't think you want me to do that spell indoors.
Circling back to lore about our favorite soft boy, Normie wanted to leave his hometown because he wanted to go discover new ways to understand and practice magic. Magic as a science in the fantasy realm is still a very young science. They are still developing it all throughout the continent. Different people have different approaches to different spells, different ideas, but it all comes down to those two foundations I mentioned earlier. With that in mind, a lot of the wizards of the continent are pretty open to sharing the knowledge they learn because basically, hey, if I give you knowledge that I learned, I can maybe prevent you from blowing up or you can prevent me from blowing up.
That's kind of in everything. Teaching someone to make sure they don't mess up that teaching. That is like every fucking teaching method or any spells or technique ever.
With the exception of the sharing mentality, of course, being like other kingdoms that have higher military presence and also the Kingdom of Dagon. Without spoiling it in any way, shape, or form, the best thing I can say about the Kingdom of Dagon is that magic is their #1 priority and also their #1 export. However,
so they have a hierarchy of magic, and they only care about magic. Damn, that is just straight up out of a Zenin clan shit.
because of how strict Dagon's border control actually is, no one is actually going in and out of there to study magic, so Normie fixated on trying to find ways to learn magic throughout all the other kingdoms. Because the main thing he wanted to learn how to do more of was fire magic. Because, fun thing about Normie, he's kind of a pyro.
Wow. Normie, Soldier or Normie, I'm just gonna keep calling fucking Normie. I don't give a shit anymore. Normie is a pyromaniac. Who thought of that? Who could have thought of that?
This is relaxing. What are you?
A fucking pyromaniac, it is. He is. Holy shit. Oh my god.
Nothing. Didn't I hear you say that relaxes you? No. You're a pyromaniac. No, it's not like that. Yeah, I like fire. Oh my god, you know better than I am. No.
Actually, you're much worse, actually. Jason, you're much fucking worse.
That's not the takeaway here. Let's not argue who enjoys blowing up villages and who enjoys lighting small fires.
Those are not the same shit.
That's right, Normie. You got a thing for the pretty dancing amber lights. You're not better than us. Despite the shame Normie feels for being a pyro, he wanted to learn how to do fire magic better and even develop his own form of fire magic. It was this desire that would lead Normie to the Feywilds with his original party. And while in those Feywilds, Normie did find what he needed to make his own style of fire magic and develop it from there, it would end up costing the lives of his original party and scarring him for life. This trauma was so deep that Normie would effectively cope and block it out for most of his life up until meeting Jason. And it wasn't until he landed back in that same cave that it all rushed back to him. There is also a reason Normie does not use fire magic as much as you think. However, Normie would overcome this trauma in the heat of the moment with a major clutch from a Miracle Wizard hyping him up. It is also important to note that
he slapped him. I can't remember. Fucking it, we watched that because I can't remember shit what he did.
Feywilds are considered mana-rich environments, so keeping that in mind, a large part with how Normie, Tholdrin was able to cast such high-level magic was because he was effectively piggybacking off of the mana-rich environment of the Feywilds.
Okay, that
This,
makes a lot
however,
of
would
sense.
not stop mana sickness from kicking in because everything has its limit. I
Yep.
want to make it clear right now. Tholdrin has the potential to become an amazing wizard, maybe even one of the strongest wizards in his world.
His potential, man, in this goddamn series. Holy shit.
But the amount of work that will take will be a lot. You see, being
Yeah.
a powerful wizard in this realm is not just reliant on your academic level and your mental ability, it also comes down to your physical ability. It's no different than trying to lift heavy objects. We human beings are capable of amazing feats, and I bet a lot of you think that you could go, deadlift 300 pounds right now, and maybe some of you will succeed, but then I will ask you, how bad is your body gonna fucking hate you after doing that if you
Yeah.
haven't trained up to doing it? This is what spellcasting is in
Oh
the
my
fantasy
God.
realm. Normie can be capable of casting the same magic he cast in episode 100, but the amount of training he is gonna have to do to get to that point is not gonna be easy. If Normie tried
Nothing is ever fucking easy. Oh my
casting
god.
that same spell outside of a Feywilds at his current state and level, so to speak, it could kill him. Spellcasting
damn.
in this world is not an absolute, it is a give and take. And if you're willing to
So it's an equal exchange shit. Oh my god.
give a lot, you're gonna get massive results, but your body has to be able to take the hit too.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody
Oh
so
my
much
God.
for tuning in to watch this video. Last year when we started writing America Wizard Season 2, we really took a step back and thought to ourselves, wow, we really need to think about how the magic system is actually going to work, because we wanted to develop a magic system that was uniquely our own, that didn't rely too heavily on D&D. You'd be
Actually, sometimes it's a little bit inspired from D&D, but some of the references other medieval or magical type of series.
surprised how much time world building and magic system making and map creating and history crafting that goes
It
into
is
a
a
world.
long ass time.
God, I love every second of it. If you like these types of videos and you also want to see America Wizard Season 2 when it launches, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and
When is it gonna fucking launch, you bitch?
hit the bell icon. And a special thank you to the members of our Patreon.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop right here because you don't sponsor me for your Patreons. Alright, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and help reach 10,000 subscribers and comment down below. Did you expect Normie to be a pyromaniac? Alright, later y'all.